Welcome to my Barlates Body Blitz kneeling and pretzel thigh workout. For today's workout, all you will need is an exercise mat. Okay, let's get started. Now coming into a pretzel position. So what that means is you're lining up your front leg with the front of the mat and you're bringing your hip behind so that it's at 90 degrees to your hips. Okay, so try to keep your body facing forward and just support the weight of your body on your arm, the other arm in front. Now, what I want you to do is keep your hips rotated forward. So just bring your foot up and you'll see as if you're rotating forward, your hips are coming to the front. Okay, that's where they want to stay. So make sure you're tilting forward. Okay, so once you have that motion, I want you to lift your leg up. So you're rotated forward, your hip is facing down, and you're up and your leg is in line with your hip. It's very important to get this pretzel position right, otherwise you won't feel it like you should. Now we're going to lift tiny inches from that point. Keep your toe pointed. Your toe should be slightly higher than your knee. And you are leading with your outer thigh and you're just pressing tiny pulses to the ceiling. It's tempting to allow your leg to drift towards the front, but don't do it. You won't get the same benefit. So just pulsing up, keeping your body facing forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now what I want you to do is poke to the back. So you're poking your toe around to try and touch the back wall. Poking it around. It's a rotating motion. Keeping your hips nice and tilted forward. So you're resisting against that tilt and you're squeezing your glutes. Push back, push back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're doing a combination. We're going to go back and extend. Push back and extend. Press back, then extend. Keeping your hip rotated down. Really deliberate motion, really focused here. You need to focus on squeezing every part of that leg. You're keeping your posture nice and relaxed. You're not hunching your shoulders. You're keeping your tummy pulled in really tightly. It's really going to help having a strong core here. You should also be feeling it in the side here, in that muffin top area. You should be contracting all of those oblique muscles to help keep that leg up. Just 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out. Tiny lifts, not many. I know these burn. If you need to, come down here. That will alleviate some of the tension in your side. But if you can, keep it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it. Come down for a second. Pick it back up. Remember to rotate your hip. Now pulse your heel towards your glutes. Keep it up. Do not drop that leg. Not many more exercises in pretzel. On this side anyway. So pulsing in. Make sure that you're still rotating forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Now, last thing. Knee, toe. Knee, toe. You're keeping your knee in line with that hip. You're not bringing it forward. You're touching your knee down and your toe down, okay? Now do not rest your knee down. Just lightly tap it, tap it, tap it. Tap and rotate, rotate, rotate. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now one last thing in pretzel on this side. Bring your leg back again, rotate forward, extend long behind you, so the diagonal back, and bring it in. Extend, bring it in. Extend and squeeze everything, bring it in. Squeeze your whole leg, from your thigh down to your toe. Bring it in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ouch, that burns. Okay, bring that across and just stretch it out. Should really feel that burn. Just bring your knee into your chest. And we're moving on to the other side. So, once again, lining up the front leg with the front of your mat. The back leg in line with your hip. Rotating forward, okay? Supporting your arm, your weight on your arm. Other arm can just rest lightly on your knee and start to rotate forward. So you can feel that motion, that rotation to the front. Your hips are rotating down, stacking on top of each other. So once you have that, stay in the front and lift that leg and start to pulse. Keep your body upright if you can. But if it's too much, come down on that arm. But this position here is engaging all of the sides of your obliques here, that muffin top, the top of your hips, engaging everything. So if you stay upright, you're working a lot more muscle groups. And pulse. The heel should be higher than your knee. Keep that leg back, don't let it creep. And go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now poke to the back. So you're rotating back, trying to poke that wall with your toe, keeping your knee off the ground and keeping that hip rotated forward. You are pressing against the tuck. So you're fighting to tuck your hips further forward and you're pressing back, engaging those glutes and really squeezing them. Every time you push back, squeeze, squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now combination, back and extend. Poke back, extend long. Really poke back. Try not to sink too much in your body. I know it's more tempting to try and come further down here on the mat because this exercise really tends to get into that oblique area. But if you can, try and stay upright, not much more. Just 4 more sets. Go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg out and little pulses. I know these burn. If it really is burning too much, you can bend your leg, which will make it slightly easier. But if you can, just keep it out in line with your hip. Pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Now come down for a second. Get back into position, rotate forward, hip up, heel higher than your knee, and we're going to press that heel towards your glutes. This is for the hamstring. Make sure you're not resting your knee on the ground. Pulsing it in. Pulsing it in as hard as you can, really fighting to keep those hips stacked, feeling your glutes engage as well. Pulsing in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that toe heel action. Toe and heel. Really deliberate. Really squeezing everything. Really fighting to keep it in line with the hip and not letting it creep forward. You're going to get a bit of movement through the upper body here, that's okay. Toe and heel, really rotate. Rotate forward. Oh, not many more exercises on this side. So really give it your all. 3, 2, 1. Now last thing, extend your leg out on a diagonal and pulse, pulse, pulse. Oh, you really feel this one. Extending it long, keeping your hips forward 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that burnt. Bring your leg over and we'll just stretch it out. Bringing your knee in towards your chest, stretching out through that glute. So that really burned out those glutes. Now we're going to stretch it out. Come into a pigeon pose where your front leg is bent and your back leg is straight and you're just bringing your chest towards that knee, stretching out your glute. Really should have felt that burn. If you're game, do this workout twice through. Then you'll really have fried glutes. Now, other side. You can hold these stretches a lot longer than me. I'm sure that it'll do you good to stretch out your tired muscles. And now coming into a kneeling position with one leg straight, the other bent, and hips to the ceiling. Just really pushing your hips up to the ceiling, stretching out the front of that bent leg, and then changing sides, pushing up. Great job. Well done. You've done it. Kneeling and pretzel thigh workout. I hope you enjoyed it and I look forward to working out with you again soon.